Hey guys, it's Index Please 2, and we're back with some more horrifying stories. Let's get started. Let's start off with how is baby oil made? Now, before we get started, you can look up the real way for baby oil is made, but we're turning our baby oil into real babies, or turning our real babies into baby oil. To make real baby oil, what we need is baby sweat and baby spit. When we take the baby sweat and spit, as we know, sweat has a yellowish color and spit has a clearish color, according on what's going on. Combine that together. Our thickeners are made out of baby snot. So we're going to add a little bit of some baby snot to add a little bit more of that clear yellowish color. Let's continue. Number 2, we're going to be talking about how is baby powder made. This is not real. You can look up the real way to make baby powder. Shout out to my little brother for this one that has given me these wonderful ideas. And a quick shout out to some friends that mentioned baby powder. Number 2, how is baby powder made? The ashes from babies sounds disturbing, right? You may expect your sweet little baby grandchild ashes to be here at 80s, but people have gray and black and white ashes, a combination of color when they get old. So instead, our baby powder smells baby's ashes. But because babies are young and new to the world, the baby ashes are white because they are young. They take the ashes from the babies with parent permission and put them in the containers. They add a little bit of flour to the baby ashes to make them as powdery as they are, and that's how we got our baby ashes. Terrifying, right? Let's move on to number 3. How is school cafeteria food made? Now, that may just be a question everybody knows. A truck comes and delivers the meat. The meat is in a bag, or either because of corona, they just have trays already made and then they put them in a little heater and then they get them out when it's time for lunch. Well, this case, our baby meat, our beef, is made different. What they do is they take the baby legs. The babies have to be ripe enough, but they only take one leg, just one leg. And the babies, the babies need to be ripe enough. And regardless how, some babies do get used and some parents do not want their babies used. Most parents prefer their babies used to end world hunger. Let's continue. They take the baby legs and they grind them up into this grinder, this shredder, that shreds the meat and makes it look all chalky like beef. You could say this is Mom from Promised Netherlands visiting her children in the supermarket or in the cafeteria. Now, whenever they visit this cafeteria with all this good food, they grab their trays of nachos and they continue to sit down and have a wonderful time. Meanwhile, when they're sitting down eating their beef, the beef is dry because baby legs, they have to be 1 month. Baby legs, whenever they're first born, their legs are oily and stuff, so they got no ash. So whenever they're 1, they figure they have a little bit of ash on them, and that ash builds up. And you see, they don't take the skin off the babies, they just grind it up with the rest of the meat. Really hard to tell, but that ash dust spreads with the rest of the baby legs, and some babies are ashier than others. It just spreads and causes the school cafeteria meat to be dry. And that's with schools that have packaged meat, open meat, meat that they just scoop out of their hands and put it to you on their plate. Wait until I tell you how corn is made. Earplugs in, door closed. They take the baby's feet. They cut the toes off. Slice off the toes with the same leg that they grinded up to make the beef with. They cut off the part. You see this part of my finger? They cut this off, so all you can really see is like this, like my finger, but with like no nail. And so they take it and they cook it. The baby toes are small. They only take the pinkies in the second toe, third and fourth. Know them. I'm gonna say no. What is a big toe called? Big toe. No big toe. Because the big toe is too big. Then after that, now, if their big toes are small, then they could be added. Then they cook them and they use good flavorings and seasonings. Well, that's the end of our story. You might want to check your legs. Make sure they're not prosthetic legs. Make sure they're not fake. Make sure you still have your toes. Some people forget they have toes. Make sure you have all your body parts on you, just in case they used you for a recipe. You have an amazing day, guys. Shout out to Kelsey and Duncan. Shout out to Miss Withers' homeroom class. Shout out to other people. You have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this story. Goodbye.